welcome to my Flosstube channel. I am Elin, a 28-year-old stitcher from Sweden, and this is the very first episode of Elin Stitches. So, firstly, I wanted to tell you a bit about myself before we dive into all the stitchy stuff. So, as I said, I'm 28 years old, and I am born here in Sweden, and this is currently where I live. And I probably will never move from Sweden because I love it. I live with my fiancé and my 2 cats. On my spare time, I like to cross-stitch. Duh. But I also like to play video games, read, do all things that is crafty. And one of my biggest interests are music. Is music. It's the correct term to use. Whatever. You get it. So I wanted to start a Flosstube channel because I wanted to be a bigger part of the community, maybe find some new stitchy friends, and also, of course, share what I am stitching on. So on Instagram, which I also have, my name is Elin_Stitches. So if you want to, you can pop on over there and follow me. I will share pictures of my projects and, yeah, updates, I guess. So this episode will be as follows. I will tell you about how I got into cross-stitch. Then I will show you my whips, which there aren't that many of, but there are some. And then I will share some plans that I have. So I started cross-stitching maybe back in 2019. And that was because I wanted to do something crafty. I come from a very crafty family, if you will. My mother, she's sewing, she's knitting, and she is also like spinning her own yarn. So she's very into fiber crafts and has always been that for all my life. So like fiber crafts has always been a big part of the life that I have lived. But also my dad is a very crafty person, but with woodworking and just tinkering with stuff. So for myself, when I was younger, I was more into music. So I play guitar and I also sing. But in 2019, I saw stuff, cool patterns on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. And I was not completely new to cross-stitch because in Swedish schools you have something that's maybe like a fiber arts class and also woodworking class. So you get to try different fiber arts and also try woodworking when you're in school. So the first cross-stitch project that I ever did was a little teddy bear with a Christmas hat. And I will see if I can... Oh, that was a fly. I will see if I can put up a picture here. I don't have it here in my apartment, but my mom has it. So I will ask her to take a picture. And then I can put it up here. So that was the first thing I did. I did not finish it, as you can see, probably. But yeah. So back in 2019, I wanted to start to cross-stitch because I saw cool stuff. And like, I want to learn, but I did not have the supplies for it. But I knew that my mom had it because my grandmother was a cross-stitcher and she cross-stitched a lot. So I knew that my mom got a lot of her stuff when she passed away, when my grandmother passed away, that is. So I asked Mom if I could look at the projects that she had from my grandmother. And I got to do that. So I went to her house and I looked through grandmother's stash, and I found some projects that I thought looked fun and nice and pretty. So I chose some stuff that I took home with me, and then I started my very first, not very first, because the very first was the teddy bear, but yeah, the first project in adulthood. I don't know. The first project that I started was a tablecloth. And that took a long time to finish. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't a good project to start with because it was very large. Yeah, I actually finished it maybe last week. So that had been a whip for a long time, and I can show it to you now. So it's a tablecloth. It has 2 DMC colors, and it's done on, I think, 11 count Ada, and it's very big. So I'll see it if I can get it into frame for you. But yeah, I'll just see if I can get it in the right. So here's the top. And then I will stand up because you can't see it otherwise. And it goes and it goes and it goes and it never ends. And there is the bottom. So that is the project that I started from my grandmother's stash, maybe in 2019, and I finished it last week. I have finished other stuff because my cross-stitch journey has not always been like active, I guess, because I picked this up and then I started cross-stitching it, and then I got a little bit bored, and then I picked it up again, cross-stitch for a bit, put it down, and then maybe 2 years ago I found Flosstube, and I found Fancy Ladies, and I found Sal's, and I found all the cool projects that you could think of, and I got so excited. So that really sparked my creativity, I guess. So since then I have finished other stuff. I took part in Lola Crow's Christmas Monsters sale. That is finished. I have finished some bookmarks, and a little Christmas, not painting, picture that it's maybe this big. I don't have it here, but I can probably put in a picture of it, and also all the rest of the stuff, I guess. It's a little painting, not painting, picture that I bought secondhand, and I stitched that, and it's a little Santa, I guess. Yeah. So when I found those cool projects on Flosstube, I got hooked, and I was like, I have to do this. This is so cool. With all the pearls and like metallic threads. I have not tried that yet, but I will, and we'll come back to that later in this video. So if I'm going back to the project that I did with the tablecloth, as I said, I finished it last week. And I also, like, this is the bottom. I think it's really pretty. I have not decided how I will finish, like, the edges, because that's something that I have not done before. So yeah, I'll find a way, I guess. I also put in my initials and the year. I'll see if I can get it into, and it's reversed, of course, but it says EP25. Yeah. So that's that finish, and I'm so proud that I finally finished it. Now I will put it to the side and maybe talk about something else. So that was my cross-stitch journey, I guess, and how I got into cross-stitch in the first place. So now we will move on to whips. So the first whip that I have to show you, like, is a bookmark that is from a brand called Vervaco. It's done on 14 count Aida, and it's 13 DMC colors. And this was a kit that I bought with 2 bookmarks, and this is the first one in the kit that I have done or am stitching on. I have not started the other one. So this is the cover picture. I hope, I don't even know if the camera focuses. But that's the cover picture, and the one that I'm stitching right now is the one with the lantern in the front. So I have not started the one with the Christmas trees. So that's how it will look. And this is where I am at in this project. So I have done, like, we can put it back here. And then I can bring it a little bit closer so maybe the camera will focus. So I have stitched probably half of it. Maybe I can hold it still as well. Yeah. And that, I don't know how long I have been stitching on that actually. It's also something that I pick up and then I put it away from time to time, and then I pick it up again, and it is like that. So speaking of SALs, I think it's fun to take part in a SAL. And this year I saw the Extraordinary Birds SAL by Lola, and as soon as I saw the theme for the SAL this year, I immediately thought, I need to stitch that. Because one of my other hobbies that I have is to watch birds. I love to be in the nature and just look at them and find them and see, like, unusual birds and colorful, I can't even say that word, whatever, you get what I mean. So I thought to myself, I have to stitch that. So I did. And I stitch on it, and I stitch on it, and I stitch on it. And I never, ever catched up. So the SAL is finished now, but I'm not. This is how far I have gotten. So it's progress, I guess. Maybe, I don't know if it focuses, but I hope it does. So if I bring it a little bit closer, oh, there's a thread, whatever. There's one of the birds, and there's the little owl, and then, ooh, I have to stand up. All of those. Yeah, so I have some stuff to do on this, but I love it. it's really pretty. Yeah. So that project is done on a 16 count Ada. And there are 34 DMC colors, and I have used all called for colors. And the fabric is actually dyed by me, so I can bring it here. It's blue and white. I dyed it with blue, but yeah. I don't know how well it shows up. I don't even know the quality of this. Maybe I don't get satisfied with how everything looks, but whatever. Okay. So, the third project that I have is a project that I bought secondhand. Like in a secondhand store. It was not started. And on that day I actually bought everything they had that was cross stitch. That was cross stitch kits. So I found this cute little picture. And it's number 4016, kitchen closed, by Designs for the Needle, from 1987. And it looks like this. It says, kitchen closed due to illness. I'm sick of cooking. I thought that was so funny, so I bought it. And I started it yesterday because I wanted to do something quick. So I think it's also 14 count Ada actually, and it's some colors. It was a kit, so yeah, it's DMC, and I have just stitched the closed word. And as you can see, it will be very small. I think that like the frame for it is probably like around something like that. Yeah, so it will be a quick stitch, I hope. Yeah. Hopefully I can put up some pictures too, so you can look at it if you want to, or maybe if it doesn't show up that well, I can put in some pictures. It's hard to see on the little screen if anything shows really. So the last whip that I have to show you today, and it's also my last whip, so I only have 4. That is something, I have a really small start on this one. And this one is something that I started during the weekend of Harvest Moon Hangout. And I have thought about starting this project for so long because I love it. It's a fancy lady, and she's called Phoenix Queen by Bella Filipina. And I have a really small start. It's like really small, but it's a start, so I will share it anyway. So I can put up a picture because that's probably easier to look at than the cover picture for the pattern, but I will show you that too. So here it is. So she's really majestic and really cool, I think. And this will be my first fancy lady project. So this will be my first project with beads and metallic threads, and yeah. I'm looking forward to it, but it's also a bit intimidating, I think. But yeah, I think I'll do fine. So I started, like, I usually start my projects in the middle. So I started like somewhere around here in the middle of a dress. And it's not a lot of stitching, but it's there. So I will show you. So this is 14 count Ada, and it's a dyed Ada from DMC, and it's called Sandstorm. And I love it. And as you can see, I have started, but it's really small. Like really small. I don't even know how good the color shows up, but hopefully you can see that it's variegated, and yeah. So I'll bring the stitching God, the fabric is so huge. I'll bring the stitching closer. So that's the middle of her dress somewhere. And that's the only thing that I have done. Yeah. And that was the last of my whips. I only have 4, so that's all you get, I guess. But on to some plans. So the plans for these Flosstube episodes is I have none. I will put them up when I feel like it. Not on a particular schedule or anything like that. I will put it together when I have time and when I have actually made some progress on my projects. So it could be in a month, it could be in 2 months, I don't even know. But some ideas I have for videos is that I can maybe show you what I got from my grandmother's stash, because those are some vintage Swedish patterns actually, and I thought maybe that's fun to share. So if you are interested in that, put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I can also show some of the books I have, because those are also Swedish cross-stitch books. And maybe some of the vintage Swedish patterns that I have gotten from secondhand stores. So as far as the stitching goes, I will probably focus on the Extraordinary Birds, because I have put it away for a while and I want to get in some progress on it and maybe finish it, because I stitched on it for so long, just that project, that I think I got a little worn out by it. So I have put it away for a while, but now I want to pick it back up again to stitch on it. But I also want to stitch on everything else that I have, so I'll probably do a bit of everything, but I think the Extraordinary Birds will be my focus. I also have some thoughts on new projects that I want to start. So I was at the Harvest Moon Hangout and I bought all of the exclusive patterns for the Hangout. That is Harvest Party by Lindy Stitches. I can scoot myself over so maybe it gets a bit... I can put it here. Under the Full Moon by Stitch Crypt. Pumpkin Party by Lola Crow. And the last one that was exclusive for the Hangout is Perfect Pumpkin Pose by Stitch Your Pros. And I love all of those projects and I want to start them all, but I guess I'll have to choose one. Or maybe all of them, but probably not. I also bought a cute little pattern with a frog in a witch hat. And that was so cute, and I think I want to start that one. So it stands between Harvest Party and the frog pattern. And the frog pattern is called Pumpkin Toad by Love Puppet. So that's what I'm thinking about. I also would like, as you can hear, I have so many ideas, but yeah, time is a thing you have to take in consideration, right? I also want to start a Christmas project, and I know exactly which one I want to start, and it's a cute pattern that I bought on Etsy last year, and it's a Christmas pattern with 2 cats in the middle, and I'm thinking about changing the colors of those cats to the colors of my cats. So the 2 cats are in the middle, and then there's lots of Christmas stuff around them, like presents and nutcracker and Christmas trees, I think. So that's also something that I would like to start. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I do it. I don't even know. That's just stuff I want to do, right? So I think we have gotten to the end of the episode. The last thing that I want to show you is some new stash that I have. So I bought a DMC color chart with real thread. And that is like the last thing that I bought that is stitchy related. It looks like this. And it folds. Like I don't even know if it fits. Okay, so here's the first foldy bit. And it's so beautiful, like all the colors. Oh, I'm just, yeah, as you can see, it's pretty big. Yay. And it doesn't stop there. It's like, I can't even hold it up. But it's all the normal moulinet yarns. It also has all the metallics and variegated. So I can show you the speciality threads because that's, it's so big. It's really big. I can't even, yeah, as you can see, it folds a lot. So here's the metallic, right, section. I don't even know if it shows up on camera or not, but there it is. So that's huge, and I have thought about buying this for a long time, so I finally did. And maybe it looks weird that I just folded it out and maybe folded myself in the process, but yeah, hey, the things you do, right? That is actually the last thing for today. So I would like to thank you all for watching, if you have gotten this far. I hope you liked my story and my project, and I hope you will come back. Please like and comment, and maybe subscribe if you want to. And if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram. As I said in the beginning of the video, it's Elin_Stitches. Bye for now.